Hey everybody, Garrison here with a quick fantasy tip. It is Tuesday night, which is usually when people's waivers run, at least on ESPN leagues. So I just want to remind you that you need to get your waiver claims in before the end of tonight. Um, One of the most important things about fantasy football, and I've said this before, I'm going to say it again, is to stay active. Things change quickly, and you need to stay on top of things. You need to make sure you're scoping out new players. Bye weeks are coming up this week. Starting in week 6, we've got some buys. In week 7, there's a lot of buys. So you want to make sure to pick up people this week that you can even play next week, because you wait until next week and everybody's dealing with buys. And so everybody's going to be trying to get those people. You might not be able to get the same quality of people. So remember, Tuesday nights, set your waivers. Make sure you know your waiver rules. Sometimes it's not worth setting your waiver because you move to the bottom after you make your claim. But if the waivers reset every week, there is no harm in putting in a waiver claim every week. If you got some dead weight at the end of your bench, go ahead and send them off and grab somebody new who you think has some promise. A few guys that you might consider trying to pick up tonight. We've got Kadarius Toney. We've got Damian Williams, and we've got Devontae Booker. Those are kind of guys that I think anybody on any fantasy show, any fantasy analyst, any fantasy player is probably going to tell you to pick those guys up. Those guys are going to be vaulted into starting positions because of injuries. So look for those guys. And Kadarius Toney really impressed last week. That guy might be great for season long. It kind of depends on who comes back on that team. Wide receiver wise, they're dealing with a lot of injuries. And, if he can sustain this production and if he doesn't punch people out anymore. So those are reasons why you'd want Kadarius Toney. But then there's also like Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry's getting a lot of targets, and rookie quarterbacks really like going to their tight ends. And it looks like he's kind of the go-to guy over Jonnu Smith. So I would look for Hunter Henry if you're in need of a tight end. Another guy is Amon-Ra St. Brown. It looks like Quintez Cephas is out for the year. Amon-Ra has gotten quite a few targets these last couple weeks. He's probably a little further down the list, but if you're wide receiver needy, it could be a nice speculative ad to see if these targets continue to roll in, if you can do anything about him. He is a rookie, and he is a pretty good prospect going into this year. So look for him if you're looking for some wide receiver depth and maybe some upside going forward. Then you got Hunter Henry, you got Kadarius Toney, Damian Williams, and Devontae Booker. All right. Thank you for tuning in. And we're going to have another episode coming out later this week.